Hey guys, welcome to another mod review on the Fendt 7000 series by Ago. So here we have three of the same tractors to get into the Hardpoint extension. You can see the good old 7000 series, or 700 series should I say, by Ago. Now these, I think I've done a mod review in the past. They have improved no end, and I think this is like the final version of it. So we'll go over the price quickly. I do have other mods installed, so you will see them as I scroll to it. Here it is. So it's the Fendt Vario SCR 700 series. Sells for $174,178. So you got specs on the motor and engine and all that good stuff. 6-cylinder, 6-litre from 145 horsepower to 240 horsepower. The diesel tank, AdBlue, the two different weights that I'm yet to test. The one I did test, it was no different, so we shall see. So, good old Ago's tractors. He does have a lot of features on these. We'll start off with the rear here, with IC control. We'll flip up the HUD so you can see. So you got raise and lower the 3-point hitch. This one over here you can see on the F1 help, it is active lower back. Not sure what that does. It doesn't do anything currently. Probably something for an implement. You can open the door over here. Open the bonnet. Don't know what the details are like. Not the greatest. Basically just a huge shroud and an airbox, and that is literally it. So that'll be for like pictures, stuff like that, more than anything. And of course you can fold the 3-point hitch, make it look all nice and clean. The left hand side, or right hand side I guess, not seeing too much on here, just the IC shining through from inside. So we go inside the cabin. This is where it definitely lightens up. So over here we have PTO on, 4-wheel drive, so really you need drive control. Front differential, rear differential, I'm guessing that's that one, yep, and then activate lower back and lower front. The computer screen, not sure what that's all about. I'm really no idea what that's all about. Move over to the steering column. We have all the different stuff for the lighting, manual ignition switch, tilt column, and rise indicators. Over here we have the jump seats. I'm not sure if this has the passenger script mod. I imagine it would do. Corsi door. I'm gonna have to lift that up a little bit. We go up here just for functionality. It serves no purpose. We have a cubby, glove box kind of thing. The roof, sunroof, we can open that, and you'll see in a minute when I start the vehicle you'll hear an engine sound difference. And a sunscreen, again, no function per se. I don't know, it may actually, but it's just for looks. So we'll shut that down. This is one we're going to use to demonstrate, wrong one, demonstrate a lot of the stuff going on for the Hardpoint, so we'll start it up outside. Quite a nice sound. You'll see the gearbox mod on the right hand side. You do need to have that in so it doesn't throw errors. If you use this mod without it, it will throw errors in your log. You can still use it fine, but I just strongly recommend it. I'll open up the sunroof so you'll hear the sound difference straight away. Gets a lot louder. And the same with the door. Obviously gets louder. It's pretty much everything that opens does that. If you hit 0 on your keypad, and we'll just get rid of the stuff for the gearbox. There we go. You can see you can change the mirrors and move them around to how you want, and then it also shows you working light and indoor light. So it does have an indoor light, that is keypad 9. that is just there. I'm not sure if that has IC. No, it doesn't. So we'll start her up and drive her into the workshop. So the workshop mod and the Gearbox mod I will link in the description. This video is going live on the day of me recording. He also has the tyre shader mod in that I will hopefully show you that working in a couple of minutes here. This is going to be quite an in-depth review of this thing. And it isn't going to be a quick thing. So most of the upgrades you can do on this, you have to have this workshop for the Hardpoint. If you're on Thornton, if you're wondering where I am down here at the biogas. It seems the only logical place to put this, judging by the size. I don't think Thornton has it built into the map. Which, if you guys know anything about maps, it's not too hard to do. I don't think. But I don't. So, I don't know why I said that. That come across extremely wrong. What I meant to say is, if you know anything about maps, it's probably not hard to do. I'll correct myself there. I don't want it to come across wrong. Because that did. So another key thing about Ago's mods is we'll jump outside and we'll go to get inside. Animated entry. Just more to that immersion. Awesome stuff. So now I'm in the workshop mod. You can see model. Now this is where it becomes very much like Farm Sim 17. Is we can go through every different model. So the 716, 718, 720, 722, 724, and they all have the different horsepower rating. So this is 220, 240, sorry, 220, 200, 180, 165, 145 is the base one that we already have. Wheel options, you have the standard wheels, and then you have these ones. Now, you may be thinking, what's the difference? Well, I looked at this on a video the other day and realised, if you look at the numbers, so it's 650 width, 65 profile, and 42-inch rims across that way. Well, this way, for this one. So if we go to this one, you can already see there's a difference. This is 880 width across, 70 profile, so it's a higher, taller tyre, and a 42-inch rim. So it's exactly the same on that respect. And then we have the road wheels that I think are cool. They're just unique. I like them a lot. They're 540 by 80, so a real tall profile tyre, and a 38-inch rim, so a smaller rim. So let's go ahead and, well, we have these already. So we'll attach the wider tyres. Attached. So we'll see if there's really any difference, and well, if you look at it like that, there kind of is if you memorize that. And we'll quickly run around the front. Should have really brought a tractor around the back. Definitely wider. Basically, if you look over this side, you can't see as much as the axle. Now what I could have done actually is done this. So they're a wider tyre. Kind of see the difference there. Okay, so we'll show you the road tyres too, because they are pretty cool. And these are the road tyres. They're just different. I like them a lot. And the fenders. We can have different fenders, so let's show you the fenders as it kind of goes off perfectly. Actually, let's go down in order. Options, we can put the cargo thing on. That's basically a front loader attachment. I've never seen what that looks like. Let's buy it and attach it. And have a ganders. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, wheel weights. Now, I am going to test this in a second. I don't believe they actually have different weights. Kind of sucks. Front fenders, you can see we have standard. We can go for the narrow fronts. Buy and attach. And now, it looks a lot nicer with them. And then the rear. It just brought them all round by the looks of it. The grill, we can change the grill from black to chrome. Again, I'll show you that. Personal preference to me is the black one. You can see big difference there. Again, we'll just put it back to black so you can see it. Boom. And also we'll go over this side, take a look at the exhaust. Exhaust grill, we can go for the inox exhaust. Probably the colour stuff in the manual. Goes chrome basically for the heat shrouds. Again, me, personal preference, I just like that blacked out look. And we'll attach that again, and that is all the options for the most part. So, with the road tyres on, we'll just jump in. Start it off magically as we're getting into the machine. And we'll take it for a quick drive. Now, the one thing that is kind of cool with us being here is, of course, we have the weighbridge. Couldn't have timed it any better, kind of thing. So, we'll jump on it. 8,026 kilos, so it is 8 ton basically. Now if we remember, if we go to this tractors and find it, it says 2 different weights. Well, the 2 different weights aren't working basically. So this is the stock model basically, with not including tires, and it's 8 ton. Now we'll dump this into the workshop and get the largest tractor. So we'll go from one end of the scale to the complete opposite. That we do need to, I'll leave the engine running so you guys can actually see what happens. So you'll leave the engine running, you go, right, I want to put the biggest engine in, and you've bought it, engine is on, turn it off. Pretty simple. Engine's off. Go in there again, we've bought it, attach part, and we have attached it, and if by magic we've got the 24. I don't know if physical size is any different. We'll actually take a look at that in a second. I'll put these next to each other. I've got a feeling there isn't. The physical frame sizes are the same. Probably why you can get away with doing it like this. Yep, there it is. So we have the biggest one, so technically it should be built heavier. So the engine and all of that, heavier tractor, right? Wrong. 8,026 again. It's not a big thing. The thing that, whether it just acts heavier, I don't know. The one bit I'm about to show you is what I am actually really disappointed about on these, and there could be a fix up at this point. I don't think there is though. We'll go to the tires. Now we can put wheel weights in, so 300 kilo, we'll buy that, we'll attach the part so it is on the tractor. Of course for the road tires you'd never use these, so we'll go to the standard agricultural tires. We'll go with them by part, attach, and we'll put the fenders on. Oh, of course, now we've got this one, we have actually extra tyres, so we can go for the wide rims that we just attached. The wide tyres. So that is something else that's different. They are 900 series, so they're 900 wide, 50 profile, and 42-inch rim. So edge to edge. Okay, fenders. We'll go wide by part, attach part. And rear fender wide, fine touch. There used to be a way of skipping that, not doing that. I think it was enter, I can't remember. So you can see, definitely wider. There's mud on them already, so you can see it is a fully washable mod. Honestly, to be expected. We do have the wheel weights, so it is the 300 kilo wheel weights. Of course, the tractor now is considerably heavier because it's got the big tyre package on it. And it's no different, which is very disappointing. Whether the tractor acts different, I don't know. Now, to kind of demonstrate the tyre shader, these tyres, and it's actually a segue that I wasn't expecting that would happen. These tyres demonstrated the best, but there is also a small defect I noticed in the tyre the other day. And that is one of the bars is completely out of whack. Now I may have been losing my mind at the time, who knows. So these are the cultivators, linking cultivators on Mod Hoster, I believe. I will be doing a review on these, but I just want to show you them. Watch that tyre. You can see it's squatted down. I'll get rid of the HUD so you can see better. So you can see the tyre flex. Now unfortunately with these tyres is they act funky, let me tell you. It's cool to see these on there though, but it just acts funky. And I have no real weight on these right now. These are the tyres that show it the best. All the other tyres don't actually really flex too much, something I've noticed. That's really weird. Whether it's in there correct or not, I don't know. So we are going to jump into this plough field once I figure out how to get into it, and we should be right back. Okay, so we may need to own this field, but to demonstrate it, it should show it. So we're going over a ploughed field now. Watch, and we'll put four-wheel drive and diff lock and all that stuff on so we don't get stuck. And now yeah, there we go. Watch the tyre shader. It just goes off the wall. I was testing out a plough on this the other day. I know it's going to freak out and say, you don't own this, but we'll just get it spread out. And it was just going AWOL. I wish I recorded it. So, it seems to be behaving itself. This isn't a different version. It's the same version I tested it with that I wanted to demonstrate. But you can kind of see it. Where it's acting funky, it's in the furrow right now, so it's being okay. Kind of like right there. That's a flat tire if I ever seen one. I think it's a little over the top. I mean, that is pretty much what it was doing, but it was stretching out to probably about over here where I'm stood. It was quite considerable. But it does quite clearly have the tyre shader mod on it. As we're here in this field, something else I did want to show you is the lighting. So you got your front lights, and of course front and rear working lights. Just do a quick circle. Now something that's interesting, some computers that are lower spec may have issues with, mine included on my Thornton episodes that I do, with the lights off, your beacons, they look like normal beacons, nothing special about them, but as soon as you put your normal lights on, you can see the reflection on the ground and on the trees they're highlighted. Looks amazing. But it's only when you have your lights on, so I'll switch my normal driving lights off and they'll go back to normal beacons. It's almost like if you look, it changes the script that it is working on. I think it's using that beacon script that was out at this point. So where it changes what beacons are what, and it looks more realistic. And then that just goes back to normal. Maybe not, I don't know. I could be speaking out my ass on that one. But there's a tyre shader. Well, you saw it there. There it is. It's still doing it. Now, I imagine if most of you saw your tyres in real life doing that, you'd be worried. I just thought it's something that needs to be definitely addressed because it just looks so unrealistic. It makes it look nasty. But you can see it. It's pretty flat, and it doesn't have the that air filling tyre thing, whatever you want to call it, on this tractor. So we'll head back to the yard. Okay, back in the menu system, something I did want to show you is with the biggest frame. As I was saying before, that noise come on. with the biggest tractor model, so the 724, you never could have the road tyres on it originally, and of course now we can. It's going to look funny because I've got the wide tyres on it, so you can actually see how much wider the tyres are from stock. A real considerable amount. But here that is, and I just wanted to show something very, very quick. And that is, if these do have the tyre shader in, it's very, very, very minimal. As for the most part, I've not seen these flex, basically. I would imagine because these are the road going tyre though, it should be more stiff, the sidewall. Okay, yeah, I saw some. Oh, cool. There we go, cool, they do. Okay, all of the tyres have it, I'll be confident to say that at this point. So really, that concludes the video. I can quickly go over the cost of all the add-ons. You could buy everything, you'd probably sink you almost $500,000 at least. So to do that, we'll just jump out of this, jump into this one, start this one up. So the gear script mod, whether you want it in or not, you can select from transport. From transport, that will let you go up to 31, 32 mile an hour, to heavy duty, which is a lot slower. As you can see, I'll just get that up to speed, it won't take long. Keeps it in gears, and I'm guessing it's a different type of box. I think that's only 25 mile an hour it goes. Yeah, it's a 25 mile an hour. So basically, if you've got any heavy trailers, stuff like that, that's the gearbox you're going to want. And then if you put it into transport, 52 kilometers, so that should be the 32 actually. Yep, 32 mile an hour, so it gets up in boogies, to say the least. So we'll go over all the costs. So 27,300 for the 16. So just pay attention to what I'm there. I'm just going to read the numbers. 28,300. 30,300, 31,300, so it's always 300 by the looks of it. 33,300 for the 74. So honestly, that's not bad. The tyres, 4,274 for the standard width, and 4,192 for the standard. These ones are narrower. Narrower. And the road going ones are 4,995. Options. So to put on the Conseil Cargo is 2,450. The wheel weights are, if they do anything and you guys have this, please let me know, because I'm not seeing any difference. 2,275, 57, sorry, and for the 600 kilo one, 770. Jeez, bad with numbers today. The front fenders, the standard is 137, and the narrow ones are 103. The rear 483. The grille 225 for the black. That comes stock, and the chrome is same price. Yep, same price. 225. The exhaust, same price as the grille, and that is it. So yeah, the only disappointment I really have, two kind of, is the wheel shader on the big tyres for the biggest tractor models is a little too soft, I think, in places, and the wheel weights don't seem to work correctly. But other than that, can you look past that? Yeah, you can. There's no doubt about it. To wrap it up, we are going to take it to the mud spot at the main yard in Thornton, and I will show you it fully dirty, just so you guys can appreciate it does get fully dirty, although as you guys can see from that tractor, it does. So we should be right back. Something I did want to show on the way down is if you look, you can see fuel usage numbers and how many, I believe how many litres are in the tank currently on the screen. So a little bit of information. You can't really read it, I can't on my screen. I can see the numbers moving, but I can't really tell what they are. So if you know a Fendt, you'll know what they are. And of course, on your dash down below, you've got your speed on the right in kilometers by the looks of it. It says kilometers, but it's actually reading in miles an hour because that's what I've got the game set up. You'll see the in-game time, which is correct, and how many hours and the RPM on the right hand side. You have a fuel gauge, working fuel gauges on the main console in the front, and the rest of them, honestly, because I do not know a Fendt, I don't know what they do. Not gonna lie, I don't know what they do. So, like I said, we'll be back when we're covered in mud. Alrighty, at the spot where the mud is, you can see these tractors do get dirty pretty quick. I've only driven down here, this tractor has not been in the field, and it's already got some grime all over it, so they don't take long to get dirty. Now, everything from Ago gets dirty. I am 100% confident at saying that. I'm not clicked through everything to check it. I'm not going to. I am 100% confident everything will get dirty from him. He is a very detailed modder and does fantastic work, but you can see here they get in a right old state. So we'll wrap it up with this single tractor. I hope you enjoyed the review of this. It is an in-depth one, so it was longer than I wanted it to be, but what can I say? I think I covered everything I wanted to cover for once. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Links for the tractor, Hardpoint, and the Gearbox mod will be in the description. There will be at the top, it will say tractor, link, and then Hardpoint mod, link, and then Gearbox mod, and then the link. So that's where you'll expect that. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for another mod review coming out probably tomorrow. Catch you guys later. See ya.